Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maida and you're watching Maida Pours. I love acrylic paint pouring and I love filming it to share it with you guys. So please do hit that like button on this video. It really does help a lot and I would greatly appreciate it. So if you would take a moment to hit that like button, thank you so much. Today I'm going to be showing you the best way to use up your leftover paints, or maybe I should say my favorite way to use up leftover paints, because it's just fun and simple and you never know what you're going to get. And it's sort of just a very, I don't know, cathartic way to just kind of clean up your space, use up all those leftovers, and just create something that you never know how it's going to go out. Come out. Not go out, come out. You never know how it's going to come out. So for today, I have all my leftover paints from my last pour I just did, which was my huge Dutch pour. I'll go ahead and put it, I'll link it here, I think. I'll try. Or here, or wherever it links. I don't know. But I have all of those paints left over. I'll list all the paints in the description. They're mostly blue tones, a little copper for accents, some iridescent white. And I'm going to lay them in this cup, going from darkest to lightest. So my darkest is going to be this purple. And I'm going to, these were mixed to be a Dutch pour, but because I've let them sit for a little while, I did put a little bit of water to kind of get them going. But they definitely thickened up. So, and that's fine for a flip cup, right? You don't need super thick paints for a flip cup. Oop, I think there's a lump in there. That's my bad. Or actually, I think my cup popped. Like there isn't like a thing. Anyway, because there's no lumps, I don't see. All right. That was indigo blue that I just poured in there. Again, I'm going to list all these in the description for you to take a look at. And that is, it's a teal color. It's a golden fluid acrylic teal. I'll put the exact name in the description. And this is Satin Enamel Azul. That's gonna definitely, there's gonna be a lot of this color. It's like a seafoam green. It's Decoart Satin Enamel. I'm gonna throw some silver in here because I like silver. The cup is just, you know, it should be, I mean, I love this color palette, so I'm excited to see a little flip cup. I don't put silicone in these paints. I'm almost tempted, but I'm not going to. I am going to do, I think, today again, I'm just going to list all these colors in the description. This is like another Decoart Metallic Peacock Pearl. Anyway, so here I've got my cup. But I am going to do today, I think, a flip cup using silicone, but not this one. This is just some leftover paint. I want to see what happens. So, plus there's a lot of metallics in here. It'll probably create some cells. So here's my cup. And when we do a flip cup, you just want to do it real fast. Like, don't be scared. Just do it fast. And we go flip. See? No big deal. Easy to flip, even a slightly too big cup. I don't have any more of my little cups. So I'm using this one. And I like to let the paint kind of slide down and interact with itself in the cup. I don't, give it a moment. And then when I lift my flip cup, I don't just like lift it straight up. You're gonna like you're gonna tilt it a little bit and let it sort of pour out. That's, so I kind of recenter it, tilt, and see how I kind of rolled my cup out. I find, I mean, you can really lift it any way. There's no right or wrong way. That's just how I do it. I just think I get cool effects. What is going on there? Is that a lump? Is that a giant bubble that I can't get to pop? Oh, that is a lump. What is that? What is that? Seriously, that is like a ball. Like, I think one of my kids dropped. This is children. This is children right here. Anyway, all right, that's real life. We're just gonna keep that in there because, sometimes your kids drop random sized bead balls in your paint, I guess. Anyway, maybe it's like serendipitous. Maybe I should use it and like roll it around on my paint. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I will. We'll see. See how this turns out. So I like to let it kind of sit. I pop the bubbles and let it sort of do its thing. Let it wait a minute. Like when you pour it, don't just immediately start like tilting it around. Like let it sit a second. Appreciate what's happening with it. Choose which parts you want to keep and not keep. I am gonna have to stretch this out. I don't have any extra paint to like pour around the edges, so this is gonna get stretched. That's okay. I'm gonna stretch it over here first. I might feel like I have, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my tweezers. There's like something in there. Is it my children or is it just a piece of paint? I don't know. I'm still laughing that I literally pulled like a giant. There's just something there. It's like just a piece of gunk. Anyway, and it's okay, you know, like this creates, you know, another little effect. It's fine. No big deal. So we're tilting over here. I love that copper. I love copper and blue in general. I'm a fan of that combo. It's something I will always come back to again and again. I'm gonna get it all the way over the corner. And I'm gonna tilt it back. And I still didn't fully get that gunk out. I mean, this is my fault for not like, I mean, I did kind of make sure my paints didn't have lumps, but clearly I missed one or two. So, lessons learned. Check your paint for lumps, but also just get yourself a pair of tweezers to pull it out. Don't panic if you have them, you know what I mean? Like just get rid of them. And I'm gonna pop the bubbles again before I tilt. Oh. I'm gonna like figure out how this torch fully works just in time for it to die and me to need to get another torch. That's probably how that's gonna work. That's okay though. I end up getting it every time. And then we're gonna stretch over here. Bring it back. It's important to stretch slowly, patiently. It's good to bring it back, the paint back to the center and not, you know, kind of let it, I like to let it sort of sit in between each tilt. And I like to sort of take a look and just see and be like, okay, you know. Like to pop bubbles as I go. Pull out any gunk I find. Not really gunk, it's more just like, I don't even know. I think it's just, I think my satin enamel, the blue, the seafoam, this color here, I think it was too thick. I should have added a little bit more water when I did this, but that's okay. We will survive. It's just leftover paint flip cup. It's very shimmery though. I don't know if you can see that in the camera as well as I can, but because there's a lot of metallics in here, it is really showing up shimmery in real life. So here, I'm gonna turn it so you can see. Get it down over the last corner. And just let it, you know, this is just a left. If I had some black or white, I would have used it and to kind of help this slide for sure. There was enough paint to cover the canvas, no doubt, but you know, definitely had to stretch it out, make sure that it got it all covered. Okay. And then I set it down again. Take a look, see where we're at. Get my goops. should have been a little bit more careful when I strained my paint, but yeah, I wasn't. Take a look. And tweezers are a lifesaver, by the way. You definitely want to have a pair when you're doing this. Because even if it's not like weird, you know, little lumpy paints that you missed when you were straining, it could be hairs, it could be lint, it could be like whatever it is. You want a little pair of tweezers to pick it out of your painting. That's just, you know, that's just my advice on that. That is my advice on that. Get yourself a pair of tweezers. I'm just tilting it out. Just seeing, letting these stills stretch a little bit. I like that side, and there we go. That is pretty. Just very, very pretty. The colors are pretty. It's the same exact palette as my previous painting, because it's leftover paints from that, obviously. Again, I will list all of the paints in the description that I used. And this is my favorite way to use up leftover paint, because it's like a real low pressure paint pour. You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay if it doesn't come out, you know, awesome. You know, it's like you just get to have fun and play with your paints and see what happens. And, you know, if you really don't like it, you can always scrape it. But I usually just, you know, I use a little canvas. This is just, you know, this is not like a super fancy canvas. This is kind of the basic starter level canvas from Michaels that you get like in a pack of 6 or 7 for about, well, I guess technically they're like $19.99, but they're always on sale at Michaels for like $10.99 for a pack of like 6. So I like to get those kind of canvases just for fun little practice pours or fun little use up your leftover paint pours. Actually, that's what I would recommend when you're first starting. I would not recommend spending too much money on fancy canvas at first. Definitely just, you know, I would definitely recommend when you first start, go with some cheap canvas, because you're going to do a lot of pours, and you know, you're going to go through a lot of canvas if you love it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you down for a close-up, but please do hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and thank you so much for watching. So here we're going in for a close-up, and as you can see, it is a very, very shimmery. That is from the copper and the iridescent pearl and the Decoart Peacock pearl, and I love how shimmery it is. Now that's probably gonna, you know, kind of disappear when it dries, but then I'll be able to bring it back when I varnish it. So it'll be a very shimmery painting. And there we go. Best way to use up your leftover paints. Simple flip cup. Hope you liked it. I'll see you next time.